All right, so we're back. I had to do a little adjusting on my tripod so you guys can actually, see me.
Sorry.
Eric is not allowed to play with his phone. Erica's gonna be kind of helping me and reading over whatever comments you guys might have. So basically, this is going to be my makeup because I am quarantined, self-quarantined. Tennessee has not mandated it yet, but it is on the way. Everyone hold on, it's scary. Eric and I both lost our jobs yesterday, so we are kind of like unpredictable and not sure what we're doing, but I have a ton of makeup and obviously a lot of time on my hands now, and so hopefully some of this will inspire you instead of staying in bed all day like I did yesterday and had several panic attacks. I am choosing to do what I love and continue doing what I love and hopefully inspire you guys and have some fun during this horribly shitty time. Okay, so I am gonna go through all the way. I get lots of questions as far as like how do I do it or what I'm using or what type of brush. I also really have been into the new JEFFREE Star products. I am going to work with the newest Bloodlust eyeshadow collection. It's really, really pretty. So if you're fans of pinks or purples, it's a really beautiful set. Hey Eric, I think it's actually on the bed behind you. It's octagon, purple, furry. So let me just show you guys all this. Look how pretty this packaging is. It's velvet, it's gorgeous. It has a really nice like purse clip here. And then, it's perfect. It's a little messy because I've been using it a whole lot. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm more laggy on my side when I'm watching, but I really love them. So I'm going to try to play with a lot of different shades and kind of come up with a look that you guys like. And also, maybe one day JEFFREE will see this and be like, that poor girl just stuck in her house. Okay.
He can give us money if he wants.
He ain't gonna give us money, but he did earn it and he's awesome. And so my goal is just to maybe eventually like be as good as he is as far as makeup goes. But first, I'm gonna go ahead. I already did all my complexion. I washed my face. I really love the Exuviance brand. Their exfoliator is incredible. Their pH toner is awesome, and I really love their glow serum. I love all of it. Their creams are awesome. So if you guys are looking for good skincare that actually makes a difference, make sure that you check them out. Jade is really excited for everybody to be here too. All right, I guess we're just gonna get started. How many people are on here right now?
There are 28.
Oh, 28. That's really exciting. Okay, so I mix a lot of my foundations, mostly because I want my really nice, expensive foundation to last longer, but also because their drugstore makeup has really come a long way. I'm going to show you just what I mean. I feel like the Smashbox Studio Skin, my bottles are gross, don't judge them, is just the same as the Infallible foundation. Both are super flexible, both are super soft and lightweight and easy to blend. And they look identical, they feel identical. So I typically just mix them together just to keep them longer lasting. I've already primed. I use the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. Big thing about primer is you don't need much. You want to press it in and then let it sit for about 5 minutes. And of course, you need your beauty blenders. I have 2 different ones here because I use a lot of makeup and you need to clean up some, and then you use one for contouring and whatever else. And I do want to just put this out here during this crazy COVID or COVID. I don't feel fancy enough to say COVID-19. Wash your brushes. okay? Especially if you've taken them out. If you're comfortable ditching them, like, ditch them. But if you really, like, there's a lot of really expensive brushes out there, please make sure you are cleansing them properly, leaving them to dry. Always sanitize your hands before and after doing your makeup, preferably with soap and water. And just, you know, keep it clean, keep the germs out, Lysol everything, and hopefully this will all blow over super soon. Okay. Eric, you doing okay up there? Yeah, okay. He's doing okay. He's my partner today. Well, he's my partner every day, but I actually put him to work today.
Okay.
Listen, I'm running out of my foundation and I don't even know what I'm gonna do. What if I run out? And then what? What am I gonna do? I can't even get any more. And I don't have a job to buy anymore. Hold on. But I think I can work with what I got right now. Okay. The biggest thing is, like, you don't want to use like tons and tons of pressure when you use your beauty blender. I always go over my eyes. Some people choose not to, but I do because my eyes get really red. And they're a little bit swollen from yesterday. Had a really rough day yesterday. And I know I say this all the time, but I really do have the best boyfriend in the world who has been incredibly supportive, and even when I'm having a panic attack, right after he falls asleep, he wakes up and helps. So
Taylor Dietz is asking what foundation you're using.
I am using a mixture between a couple of empty bottles here. The Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear by L'Oreal and the Studio Skin 24-Hour Hydrating Foundation. So the nice thing about this, both of them, they're both have SPF in it. The Studio Skin 24-Hour also says that it is humidity resistant, so it's great for that summertime. It is oil free, but it also has plenty of coverage, and it's not going to break you out. So any skin type can use it. I really like a super glowy finish myself, because I use a lot of powder and it tends to matte it down. So I don't like using super matte foundations first, because I feel like it just makes me look overly matte. So let's go over to concealer. Again, I really like the cocktail stuff. Specifically, just for example, like the Camo 24-Hour Concealer by e.l.f. is incredible, but it dries so damn fast. So you got to work very quickly with this, but I do like to mix it with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. It's a hyaluronic creamy concealer. Hyaluronic meaning it's going to bind moisture to the skin. So if you feel like you have really dry under eyes, but you're looking for that coverage, the two is really great together.
Natasha, Lee, Mullins, and Kylie are asking what shades you're using.
In the concealer? Or
Foundation.
For my skin tone on the Smashbox, I'm using 0.3 because I'm so fair. 0.3, and then on the Infallible, it would be called... Look, you guys will make this foundation dry on my face too fast. I can't even see, sis. Like, I'm blind. It's gotta be like the fairest one, because there's just, 400 Pearl. I'm guessing that's probably the lightest one. Alright, so very, very lightly. Oh man, it's drying. This is gonna help like everything else wear a lot better if you use that heavy duty concealer that dries more quickly, because the thing is, if your product starts drying and you're trying to put it on your nose, like all those curves, it ends up like rubbing it off. So again, kind of, this is like a diamond of light, so you want to imagine kind of more diamond shape. So I'm doing that real sharp line down and then up on top of the cheekbones. So that way when I add my contour, it's not gonna, you're gonna still be able to see a big difference as far as like the lightness and brightness of your foundation. And if you guys don't have the Beauty Blender yet, or this one's like a Real Technique brand, which I got a 2-pack for like $9 or something like that from Ulta. They're the best Beauty Blender brand. It is insanely expensive. And so I don't necessarily like love those, because I do go through them. I wash them every single time I use them. I don't just wet them, I wash them. And because I wash them and I just really work to get everything off of it, they tend to like tear or crack a little bit easier over time. And in a pinch, I mean, you could always cut your Beauty Blender or your whatever sponge in half and kind of make that a bit longer lasting. But I mean, 2 for $9. Like, there's not much. Dang, this video, I look like I'm like speeding. Like, what if I just go a little slower?
Lisa Akers said, "You're beautiful with or without makeup."
Oh, thank you. You know, it's just my shining personality. Just everybody loves it. They don't realize that it's just my weird form of social awkwardness. It's like I can't not talk when I'm nervous. I just can't handle it. I would be the worst during an interrogation. I would just be like sitting there and just then be like, "So do you like cats?"
Ashley Hill wants to know how she can help boost your makeup career.
Girl, what? Just share it or tell everyone, or I really want to get an official channel going. I can't figure out how to get these freaking videos off my iPhone. I'll try to add them to Dropbox and it takes like, it'll start and then it'll stop, and then I try to like airdrop it and then it's like I can airdrop it, but then what do I do with it? I don't have a Mac. I don't know how to get it off. And so you know, if you have any way that I can just get this off and so I can edit it, that would be fabulous. Oh, okay. But then also, thank you, Ashley. That was really sweet, and I appreciate that question. That is the biggest support in the entire world, is for people to want to help you. A lot of people don't like a cream contour because they can be a little scary. However, you just gotta blend until your arm falls off, and it'll work. So I don't typically take like a really big brush to pick up my cream contour. This is a Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Kit. I kind of just mix up the colors, like whatever, you're gonna blend it out anyway. And the pans are refillable, which is really cool, but this stuff is long lasting. I mean, I've had this kit for like 9 months and it is still very full. And it says that the lifespan on it is shorter than what I've currently had it. So let's hope my face doesn't fall off. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so what I typically do is don't go under, because if you go under the cheekbone and down, like it's just gonna pull your face downwards. So imagine you start like kind of like where the corner or the iris is. What's the middle part? Pupil? I don't know. And you kind of start towards there, and you're gonna go up towards the temple. Just like that. So this is the part where I really like to use this Premier concealer, because I don't want to have like a place that's going to be like impossible to blend out. So I go ahead and just do a little bit there. And then I take the rounded piece there because when it lays against your skin, I want it to be hitting here but not pulling it up. And so that's what, holding it at that angle right there is going to be able to kind of go against the cheek.
It's good. You got 43 watching.
Wow, this is like probably the most I've ever had. Wow, thank you for following. I mean, it's because everyone's on quarantine. We're all bored. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I hope this passes soon. I know we're all wanting our normal, but just taking a second and, you know, like being able just to quiet everything. It sucks and it's terrifying, but it's necessary. Okay, so around here I am bouncing and kind of pulling it towards the top of my hairline because I don't need much up there. I have a pretty reasonable forehead. I wouldn't say I have a 5 head. So that's, thanks parents.
Natasha Lee Mullins asked if we had toilet paper.
If we have toilet paper?
Yeah.
Listen, I have a dog and she ate an entire friggin' roll of it in the morning. Like, girl, like, are you trying to be given away right now? Okay, wait.
Natasha Mullins said, what is your technique to keep the cream contour from getting in your hairline?
Oh girl, no, it's in there, sis. Like you, you're gonna take a cotton ball and you're gonna take like a little bit of like a face toner or that's typically what I use. I don't know if that's like the thing you should use, but the one I use is like pH balancing and it pulls off like all that like residual stuff without messing up my hair or drying it out. So, but you can totally tell I got this in here, sis. Like, but you know what? Whatever. Also, I don't know if this is like shareable to be a watch product. A watch party. I don't know much about that, but if there's an option, like invite your friends, like let's just do a thing. All right, so my least favorite part to contour is my friggin' nose. I hate it. I hate it. It's stressful and it is annoying, but we're gonna do it because I love you guys. Oh, ew. Okay. So typically what I'll use is like an angled eyeliner brush or something that I can just put like the smallest amount of product on it and kind of keep it sharp there. And so you have to be really, really wary about like the direction you're holding your brush because if otherwise it's going to be real messy. Risking the entire look. And then I use some of that creamy concealer, the camo one. Typically I use a sponge, but I was looking at this brush and I kind of want to see how it does. So this is just like a super small fluffy brush. And I'm just going to try my best.
Natasha wants to know when I'm gonna let you do a video of makeup on me.
Well, you know what, quarantine, you never know what's gonna happen, right? It is helpful if you have super, super, super dry skin, or you have a foundation that sets itself, or you don't really like that, like a BB cream or something like that that's going to be more moisturizing. You don't have to do this. Now, if you get creasing on your eyes, like just dust it, because you don't want it to look too dry. But for me, I like to do it because I feel like it gives me a really like airbrushed finish, and it helps it last a lot longer. And so I have kind of cocktailed my own powders to give me the best, like finish. So I really love the Airspun powder. It is a classic. Everyone's grandma's used it. It has a super strong scent, so if you're sensitive, don't use it. But I mix in half of the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Ghost. It's a little bit, it's different than the translucent. The translucent, I feel like it gives more bounce back. So I like this one because the shade, and then I use another one by Morphe, which says it's translucent, but it's still kind of yellowy. But I like that, the texture of it. So, you could use one, you can use three, you can use whatever makes you comfortable, because there's no such thing as makeup limits. Like, go for it. If you don't know if it's going to work, this is the best time to try, because your ass ain't going nowhere. So beauty blender, a damp beauty blender makes a huge difference as far as like your powders go, because it kind of sticks on it and it doesn't go as far. So look up smooth with your ring finger so any collected product is blended out. Don't move the shape of your eyes, just keep that position, and then you add your powder.
Susan Godwin has a question about skincare.
Okay, Susan, what's up?
My daughter said I should wait 15 minutes before or between putting serums or creams on my face. Is she right?
Well, your serum is really the thing that's going to piggyback the most of the moisturizer. I do think you should wait a couple minutes. 15 minutes seems a little dramatic. But I put on my serum. I let that soak in for, not very long, like a couple minutes. And then put the moisturizer on, because that then is going to go down into a deeper surface level of the skin. Moisturizer tend to just kind of to moisturize those top couple of layers, where serums, their molecular level tends to go deeper, so you can pull some of that down with you. And then before your foundation and stuff, depending on your skincare, you should let it absorb and kind of prep. And I typically give it, depending on the primer I'm using, I'll give it a few minutes, and sometimes I won't. Like if I want more of a really dewy effect, I will not wait very long with my primer. Okay.
Leslie Abney said, do you by chance use Exuviance skincare?
Bitch, you know
LOL, all caps.
You know I do. I've already talked about that at the beginning of this video. I'm like, I love Exuviance. But for real though, that stuff has changed my skin. If you guys need any help getting some product, or if she's the person to speak to. Leslie has changed my skin, and I just absolutely adore her. She is beautiful and kind and sweet, and she just has such a giving heart, and I am so fortunate she has come into my life and has listened to me and has supported me and has gotten me addicted to the best skincare line I have ever used. So hey, Exuviance, sponsor me. Okay, so I have powder all over my face. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and
Natasha's asking what the price point on the skincare is.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The skincare is not super cheap. It is not the most expensive skincare I've ever seen. I've tried a bunch of different things, high and low, and Exuviance has been the best overall. They do have a few kits. I really am not sure on the price points. I did not buy all my products all at once because of the price points, but you need just such a tiny bit, and that being able to kind of stagger those purchases, you're still not running out of it for a really long time. But if you do have specific questions about Exuviance, Leslie is the person that you're going to want to talk to. So I'm sure that she will be more than happy to talk a little bit more about that if you send her a message or something. Hopefully that's okay. Leslie, I just kind of volunteered you. Okay, so I want to work a little bit more on my contour, but this part, you know, it's a cream contour, right? So now it's, not cream contour. You can't put cream on top of powder. No one do that. That's a horrible idea. This is just going to be a powder on top of the set makeup, and it's over here. This is also a Kat Von D palette. Like, I know that a lot of people disagree with Kat Von D, but if it makes you feel any better, Kat Von D is now KVD Vegan Beauty. Kat Von D herself sold the rest of her shares, so she is no longer affiliated. So I hope that you guys look at her products and see it as an opportunity instead of just a name. I really love them. Like, they have so many shades, and I recently filled my pan, my new contour shades, but they are the only place I have ever seen that has an actual like taupe shade. It is more gray. You don't need a lot of it, but someone who is fair, like, they don't need like a super lot of like orange. So I do really like that for, you know, just around those hollows and the shadow right through there. So first thing I like to do is I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to dip into just the normal foundation shade. The bronzy contour shade, because I'm going to use this just to add warmth back into my cheeks. And I also always keep like a towel or something right here so I can kind of knock off the excess without blowing on it, because, you know, germs and spit, ew. So that, and then I stay just where it was. And you can also imagine like doing like a number 3 or, you know, a cursive E. I don't know which side it's on. And it's always easier to add more. It is way more difficult to take it away. And so don't give up on your look. It's all about blending. You can always kind of work around it. Like, just keep in mind, nothing is going to look complete until you are finished. That includes like mascara or your highlighter or whatever. Like, just get through it, and I'm going to show you, and also how to kind of clean up along the way. I'm going to use, this is like an angled, like, it's more flat. You can use this for foundation. I'm going to use it for a little bit of a deeper contour. It's a bit more dense. The denser the brush, the harder it applies. The softer it applies. So I am going to take some of that taupey color, but I'm also going to mix it with my normal bronzer because I don't need it super ashy. And I'm brushing like up against the cheekbone. I'm not going down. I'm feeling confident enough that if I need to add more in a little bit, I can, but for now we're going to move on to eyeshadow. Okay, again, bloodless palette. I believe it's $55. You can get it on JEFFREE.com. I believe you can get it on Beautylish, which Beautylish is actually super, super rad because you can make payments on it. It's not like a credit sort of Clara sort of situation. It's just if you spend over $50 to $100, it's like 2 payments, or $100 to something else, it's 3 payments. But for some of us that maybe struggling a little bit, it is temporary. So if you can get something you need and then pay the rest once everything's back to normal, that's an option. Don't deprive yourself completely. I mean, you got to be frugal, right? But we all need something that makes us feel a little good sometimes. And I do want to give an incredibly just special shout out to my friend Kylie, who has gifted me these products. She is one of the most wonderful people I've ever been blessed with. I am so fortunate that she has loved me and has considered me her family and has had me there during the darkest moments in her time. I'm going to share a little bit about that really quick. But Kylie's daughter a couple years ago was diagnosed with an inoperable fatal brain tumor called DIPG. Before she was diagnosed, the first time I had met Addie, she had like bounced to the door with her caboodle, and before I could even get in there, I had to do her makeup. So that was something that she and I really, we had a lot of fun together. And her mom, she loves makeup, if not more than I do. But during this process and time, Addie really loved Jeffree Star, and they like to collect this makeup. So they bought multiple different palettes, and that was something that they could really enjoy together. And after Addie was diagnosed, I would go over there. We would play makeup. I did my best in my own situations to try to do what I could. And I had hosted a skating fundraiser for them, and it was a great turnout. It was so horrible. And on May 21st, Addie passed away. And I was super fortunate that Kylie had come to me and asked me to do Adeline's makeup for her funeral. And it was one of the most difficult things I had ever done. But it was so good for me to have that bit of closure, because that's how I met her, and that's, she was sick, and I was just wanting her to feel great too and make her family feel good. So it's been almost a year, and recently Kylie had come to me and she said, I want to give you these palettes as long as you start your YouTube channel. So once that's official, it is only dedicated to Kylie and Adeline. And I'm trying not to cry because I just got this foundation on. But Kylie, thank you, and for encouraging me, and really, really recognizing what I love to do and let me be a part of your family. Okay, sorry, I gotta open these tissues. Hold on, Q-tips. They save everything. Okay. Pull myself together here. Okay. I think I can move on now. I'm gonna show everybody again one more time what it looks like. It's got several shades. I've heard some things where people are really struggling with how to use it. I have not had any issues. I freaking love purples. I don't know how many of you knew me when I had purple hair, but purples have always been my shit. So, what? Green color. Let me do a couple swatches here. Aw, Jade isn't happy. So, those are, it's more, this is way more blue, this is way more gold. So, I don't know about working this end today. I do have another look in mind that includes a Fenty lipstick that is like about this color. Well, I might be able to add some of this somewhere. We'll just have to see. And these are pressed pigments, so if you use them, please don't be alarmed if they stain your eyelids.
Natasha said sworn enemy.
Sworn enemy. Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see.
Lakin said you're beautiful and you're so talented.
Oh, thank you. God, Lakin, you're gorgeous and talented too, sis. Okay. So I am gonna start with this Royal Pain shade. It's kind of like a mauve color. I'm going to swatch so I can kind of show you guys what I'm starting with here, right here. It's a, you know, it's a little bit of a darker Pepto pink. So gonna dip it and take off excess. Big thing, folks, is when you're putting your eyeshadow on, everyone wants to go like that, or they want to close their eyes and do that. Don't do that. Keep your eyes open. You can't see where you're going if your eyes are closed. Just lean your head back and then you can see your natural crease. I'm gonna go up and I'm just going to put that right there. Windshield wiper motion. It is okay if it is not blended yet, because right now we're just building our base. Windshield wiper, lean back, show your, I can't see shit ever, so I mean, this is just makes the most sense to me. And then I'm gonna take, again, this fluffy brush. I get a lot of questions about how I'm like diffusing the underside of my eye, and a lot of it is to begin with a fluffy brush, or with a lot of times I also will use my fingertips. Clean hands. I actually could use one of those. Hey Eric, I think underneath that right there is some of those Wet Ones hand cloths. Okay, so I'm going to show you kind of a little bit like, so you have like the teeny tiny pad part of your fingertip right here, just a little bit, and I'm just going to put my shadow there, and then I'm going to make kind of like this squinty look like that, and look up and gently right on under the under eye, just like that. So it gives you like more of a softer diffused look. So I got that going on. Now I want to add High King, which is actually one of my favorite shades in this palette. It's gorgeous. It's a matte shade, and the prints on the pans are so pretty. And this is gonna end up making this look a lot more pink, so I'm gonna have to add, you know, blues and things like that to really get that purple. So same thing, I'm gonna just kind of copy where I was. This is gonna begin to give the look some depth and marries the shades. And this is what I mean by taking my brush, looking up and connecting that corner. And now everyone has time on their hands, so you guys will get to do this too. I would love to see your all's videos or pictures using the tips that I am leaving you guys with. Kind of makes me feel like maybe you're learning something.
Brittany's watching now.
Brittany Howski? My best friend Brittany?
Yeah.
Oh, hi Brittany. I love you. Go and start deepening those shades. I am going to use more of a denser brush that is a little bit more, I mean, it's fluffy, but it's not and not flat, but it is really going to be good for detail work inside the crease. I'm going to go with Blood Queen, which looks go like this. So this is a really important part, is keeping a clean, fluffy brush on hand, just so you can do some diffusing work. I'm going to use, I don't want one super over the top big. So this is it's an Ecos tool brush I've had probably for 5 years. It has not frayed. It is still completely held together. It is very soft, and if you're on a budget, these brushes are fabulous. Also, you know, with your beauty blender that we were working with earlier, it can definitely really help kind of pressing over any of those little boo-boos. Okay, so let's add some of this Scandal water. It's like a periwinkle blue. I'll show you right here. Right there. Periwinkle purpley blue. My hands are super dry, by the way, guys. Like, and I'm sure you guys are right there too from all the hand washing and sanitizers and crap like that. I'm sure that you guys are right there. So I'm gonna take, which brush here do I like to use? Let's go back with one of the ones it's a little bit more fluffy, but also pretty dense. These also are the JEFFREE Star brushes. So if you guys are wondering, I have brushes from all over the place. So I'm gonna place this, and this is really gonna take that from a pinky purple and really intensify it into a legit purple. Okay, I'm gonna take that tip of my finger again for Scandal water. Bring this down, soften the line. All right, so now okay. Ugh. You know, it's like sometimes you just don't know. All right, I'm using Deviant, which is a really light purple lilac shade, and a flat brush.
Ashley Hill wants to know if you've tried the Beauty Bakery beauty sponges.
No. Should I? Have you? But for real, if there's something that you guys want me to try, as soon as I'm able to try it again, I will. I would love to try and give you guys as many opinions as possible. I have baskets of makeup over here, so I mean, I feel like we can have a pretty good time, I suppose, and maybe whatever, but until I can get out in the real world again, I don't get to try many things, which is such a shitty bummer. Looking at this though, I really want to add some of this Bleeding Heart, which is like a fiery, like it's like a satiny red shade here. And I'm going to actually use the same brush, dust it off as best I can here to get whatever residuals just living on the outside. I'm going to take it, I'm going to use the same brush, it's more of that pointier brush, knock off the excess, and okay. Who asked me about the Sworn Enemy shade? Was it, I want to say it was, who was it? Natasha?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, Kylie said that she has an unopened box of those sponges.
Oh, cool.
If you want to try them.
Of course I do. All right. Oh man, I'm kind of scared to use this shade. I don't know if I love it with it. I really don't. So more than likely, I will do an entirely different look for that shade because I don't love it. So I'm just gonna, blend that out a little bit. Take my brush that I've been using some stuff on and kind of, knock over it a little bit. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that one. I definitely need to intensify my crease in the inside here. I have a brush, it's another Kat Von D brush, but it is really unique and I've not seen brushes like this before. It almost slopes downward. Oh, and I don't know, it just fits really well in that corner there because I can keep it there and then I can also keep it there. And so for like wings and stuff, it's going to be able to go there, but also hit there to kind of give it that sharper kind of triangular shade. I'm going to use Executioner, which is a black with purple sparkles. Knock off the excess. I'm going to start on that corner and then bring it in. This is probably where people start freaking out. They're like, oh my god, it looks horrible. No, it really doesn't. Because you're going to take your brush, you're going to take your lightest shade that, you kind of left right in here. I'm just going to use like Vivid Mood here. I might mix a tiny bit of this Blood Queen. And I'm going to windshield wiper it, kind of get it in there. And then on the corner, I do like a circle. I see people doing these eye looks and they're friggin', they have tape on their face and I just don't understand that very well. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of concealer so I can brighten this up and it doesn't get all muddy. Sorry for that. This one I use for my eyes is the Super Stay like full coverage. They don't have a shade light enough for me for my actual face. And I'll put that and then I kind of look up and wiggle around. And so you can see there's my crease that wants to show. Now, I'm going to take the lightest shade that I'm going to want to be using. Actually, I want to use a little bit of this Pink Magic right here. I know, I like using, I have so many brushes, but I don't like fallout. And sometimes brushes cause fallout, and I don't like that. So I'm going to take a flat brush now and I'm going to take something called Beauty Sleep, which is a shimmery more pink. I'm also going to mix it with Take the Crown. Knock off the excess. We're at this point, like really, I'm just kind of bouncing around to try to, just to finish the shape and the look. Okay, and this is the important part about blending your outsides. You need a clean brush, you need a matte shade. Mattes are always going to blend out. You can't blend with like shimmery shadows or you can't blend with satin eyeshadows. It just becomes this mess. So a good matte shadow matching your skin tone or close to it is going to be great for blending out any lines. So I'm going to start from the inside. This is a clean brush. And I'm just gonna slowly All right, so I think I'm feeling good about this. I do want to use just a tiny bit of these sparkles. I'm closing the palette for now. I can add more if I need to. But these things are freaking awesome. This is by Wet n Wild. If you guys have used the like Stila liquid eyeshadow sparkle things, these are literally a dupe. I use the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale eyeshadow palette pretty often. I really love the black, like it stays, it doesn't have really much like flaking to it. I need a little tiny bit of, hey Eric, will you just go get like a teeny tiny itty bitty splash of like water in this? Just like the tiniest bit, just so I can wet my brush. I'm not spitting in it on camera. I'm not gonna spit on it. Hashtag spit on it. So I like wearing eyeshadow because I still like it really like more natural, but it helps draw them on. So I always start about 2/3 of the way in. I'm gonna take another, like this is a smaller brush and this is another just like a little bit of matte shade. I'm gonna go close up there. A little bit of cleanup. And then I'm gonna take, this is still out of that same Pretty Vulgar palette. I like the highlight shade, like there are little sparkles in here. So that is gonna go right up there. And it's gonna go here. And then we're gonna put some here. Cool. Okay, where is eyeliner? Here. Okay. Everyone hates it.
Natasha said she has to go, but happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh shoot, yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. That's probably why she was like, use that green shade. I don't even know, because you know the outside world is, you know, sipping on the Corona. Stay home. I saw some dude posted online. He was like, everything's being blown out of proportion. I went to the gym still, and I went to church, and I went to Market Square, and I'm like, oh my God, it's people like you.
Yeah, he's going to go to the hospital too.
Yeah, well, he won't be able to get in the hospital, unfortunately, because they won't stop bombarding it. Okay, so this is just a NYX like eyeliner pencil. I always do this for the underside of my lash line. It's really, I mean, I hate doing this part, but so I kind of hold the top of my lashes like that. And now this is a liquid eyeliner. It's another NYX. It's the Epic Ink Liner. It reminds me a lot of like Stila's or Kat Von D's, but it is very sensitive. So for me, it helps me a lot to go ahead and draw my line. I'm gonna go from the corner towards the tip of my eyebrow. Very lightly. Now, once you've thoroughly poked yourself in the eye 1,000,000 times, I'm going to use a it's just like a, where the hell is it? It's just like a skin toned eyeliner. And I'm gonna go in with some mascara. Okay, so I just got this mascara. I like the original Infallible Lash. I'm not crazy about this one. I ended up getting it like clumpy or something, like spider legs. This is the original. It's pretty almost empty, but I'm hoping it helps. Oh yeah, that helps a lot. It kind of fans out the as best as I can do with that. All right, so now that I have my eyes on, when I was talking about earlier, kind of bouncing back and forth until like finish your look and stuff like that, that's what I am going to do right now. Get my contour kit, get my blush, get my highlighter. And we're gonna do that now. All right, let's do a little bit more. I'm going to take a tiny bit of that contour shade that we were talking about with that little bit of taupe in it. And I am going to very, very lightly, I mean like very, like hardly any product on my brush, do this. Okay, and add some blush. This one's really pretty. I got this in my BoxyCharm this last time. I kind of like it because it's got some shimmer and a little bit of like that purple iridescence, but it's still rosy, so I feel like it's, well, I don't feel like, I would like to say it's gonna work, but you know, I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see. But I'm gonna use a fluffier brush because it applies softer. And I'm gonna still keep it up. Add some highlighter. This is actually, where did I put it? I just had it in, oh, it's right here. This is actually a Cover FX palette. I really, really, really love it. Kylie also gifted this to me, and it's actually been super impressive. So, what's it called? Perfector Face Palette, light to medium. So any makeup artist that does more than just yourself, like this is a really nice palette because you got different shades, you got some bronzer, you got some blush, you got a finishing powder, so you can't get one. Stand on top of that cheekbone. I could blend out this line a little bit more though. That's what you're going to do now. Alright, so I'm going to put some lipstick on. I'm going to actually intensify this corner with that black that I used earlier. Hit that under eye with it. And lip. I got Scorpio laying here. That's probably my favorite one right now. Doesn't look like it. What is that? Oh, he never likes that. Well, I can't find it. I really, really, really want to know where it is. Hey, Eric. Eric.
What?
Will you, never mind. I'm pretty sure. I'll just use this one. I'm just gonna use like a super nude lip. It's a L'Oreal color that I've actually been impressed with. What's it called? I can't tell because I can't see. Can you see what it says?
I create.
I create. What a fitting color. So this is really peachy. I'm not crazy about that. So what can I do? Maybe add some of this. So big thing when you put on your, your lipstick, on the corners you want to go upwards, okay? Like upwards so it doesn't pull down and it skips. And I take down my hair real quick. Eric, could you hand me that hairbrush and that spray just so I can get these little things taken down. Okay. I can't actually see how it looks overall, but whatever, right? You can probably look like anything as long as you keep your, let's see if I can get some of this off. Okay. So I think I'm feeling pretty good about it. How's it look? Everybody, does it look okay? I'm trying to look in my little thing here too, but it is very laggy on my side. So, but I think that this completes everything. I really appreciate anybody that is just kicking it at home and hanging out and like has been involved, or and if you like this video, I'm gonna leave it up so you can share. I don't know what it means to have a watch party. I have no idea. But hopefully by the next time I do another one of these, I'll have some help from people like you that will kind of push me in the direction I need to be in. I need your support. I need, just like anybody who's trying to do something with their life, like I need your support. I can't wait to do this again. If you guys have something in particular you're wanting to see, or a snippet, like not such a long video, I mean, I'm here because quarantine. So let me know. And it was really great hanging out, and I'll talk to you later.